Hi Sagittarius, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I am doing your November 2016 monthly tarot reading. Thanks for joining me. I was sitting here meditating, and I've learned to meditate and not shuffle the cards because when I meditate and shuffle the cards start flying out, and then I don't have time to finish my meditation. But I saw just a red heart and a white dove flying, which is, I'm not sort of a rainbows and unicorn type person, which that kind of seemed like to me. So I was just sort of sitting with that, and it just makes me think that for some of you, that this is a possibility that if you're not getting engaged, you're really thinking about getting engaged. So for some of you, you may be really, with Christmas coming up, you may be really wanting or thinking about getting engaged, or love and purity is on your mind. Powerful. So there is the Page of Cups. So there is an offering for some people coming, an offering of love. Wow, lots of people. Okay. Very interesting. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. And very simple terms, this could be having to do with children. For me, it's about simplifying your life. It's about stripping away all the extra nonsense. My father has, in his older age, he always says, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because most stuff doesn't truly matter when it comes right down to it. You know, I was very struck by Elizabeth Gilbert. She had announced that the writer of Eat, Pray, Love, she has a wonderful podcast called Big Magic. It's especially if you are a creative type or a writer, I would highly recommend it. But she's just has such an amazing perspective on life. And she earlier this year, I have her, like, I follow her on Instagram, so the only thing I know about her really is from like Instagram and Facebook. So, but she announced that she was getting a divorce from the man that she met in Eat, Pray, Love. And then later she announced that her best friend had been diagnosed with terminal cancer. And in that moment, she realized that she just didn't love her, but that she was in love with her and that they were together. And what I loved about it so much was not that it literally had nothing to do with her sexuality. It had to do with when you strip down to the very basics of existence and life and what is important. Pretty much nothing matters except for those that you love and how you treat those closest to you in your life. So that's an underlying theme. If you can, I say, this will be fun. Let's count how many times I say, You can leave it in the comments because I know it's annoying. I worked for this doctor. Oh, I worked for so many wonderful doctors, but he was a pompous ass. And I don't think I've ever used vis-a-vis ever in my life because I'm not even sure, like, how would you use that in normal conversation, vis-a-vis? And he used to say it so many times in meetings that just to pass the time, I would make little marks and I would count every time he said vis-a-vis, and it would entertain me. So entertain yourselves by how many times I say, because I just, I get in, see, I just said it. I get into a groove and I don't even know I'm saying it. So you can poke a little fun at me, go for it. I'm up for it. But working in oncology, as I have now for 16 years, I've heard many patients say, in some ways it was truly the best thing that ever happened to them because, You want to learn how to let shit go, find out you have potentially life-threatening illness. There's nothing like that to put things in perspective. So if we can learn without having to have something drastic happen to us, to have that realization of letting go, and it doesn't matter, I think we can make some choices and really put our time and energy to things that truly have value. This will be a month of healing. We have the Star card. What really matters? Following your dreams, following your heart, feeling good, healing, happiness, joy. So that's going to be guiding you this month. It's going to come in the setting of some of us feeling like we're worn out and we just can't go on. Like we've had enough. Boy, this is resonating with me. And we just are like, I feel like I've been battling and tolerating a situation for so long. It's not even like so much I can't go on. It's just like you feel like I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. But don't give up before. Let go of the stress part of it. And keep going on. Just see, I said, mark it down. Just keep going on, but try to quiet the mind and not obsess and carry all the stress that we tend to carry all that stress and fill ourselves up with stress. And the stress really, I'm not sure what part it plays. It's such a human thing. And a couple nights ago, I literally got 3 hours of sleep. I was up worrying all night. My 9 of Swords night. And it really didn't accomplish anything but make me even more tired. So try to find ways to heal, to quiet your mind. Think of what really matters in life. Keep it simple and just carry on. Now, we have some big hitters over here. We have the Star, Justice, Emperor, and Temperance. Wow. And then over here we have three people. Over here we have Page of Swords, King of Wands, Page of Cups. We have the King and Queen of Wands on the table. When I see the King and Queen of the same suit, for some of you, and the Page of Cups, this offering, so that heart and white dove, which I think of its peace, but I know like people during marriages sometimes release white doves. Definitely let's see if I can do this right. I want to put the page in the middle of these two. This is ridiculous, Jennifer. There. Okay, so we have the possibility for some of you of coming together with your soulmate, because the King and the Queen of Wands are a natural pairing. And so I'm going to get to that after I'll just talk about it now. And we're leaving this month feeling more like ourselves, male or female. If you have one of these top court cards of your sign, so we're fire signs. I'm a fellow Sag, as you guys know. We're leaving feeling our true nature. We're feeling inspired. We're feeling confident. We're feeling inspirational, inspired, enthusiastic, passionate about living life and where we're going in life and how we're conducting ourselves in life. Now, it's going to come in a couple different ways for us. It may come from truly feeling like you've found your soulmate on this side for some of you. There's communications. For some of you, you may have to have one of those conversations in a relationship. It's that conversation, I say, that if you don't have it, you may run the risk of the relationship breaking up over this type of conversation. But it's a conversation that if you don't address this issue, it's either A, going to fail anyway, or B, it's never going to be truly authentic and truly happy and truly genuine connection, because there will be something in there. And usually that something will grow and fester and turn into resentment, which I believe will eventually kill a relationship. So for those of you who are thinking about engagements, it's so tempting after you've been with someone to just think, oh, well, we're on the same page, we get along, we want the same things. As someone that's divorced, um, I think you can find things online. You could even go to a counselor. Even if you guys think you are the happiest people in the world, I would highly suggest getting there. I think Dr. Phil actually might have this. Like all these questions you should go through. Like, how do you want kids? How many kids do you want? What's your discipline style? I can't remember what they all are, but I think going through something like that or having those conversations, even if you feel like, well, if I have that conversation, it might ruin if we're engaged. Well, you know what? Engagement is like a marriage tryout period, right? It's like, I think that's why wedding planning is stressful. It's like, make sure that you guys are happy going into the wedding, because if you found it stressful and your partner's behavior was such, remember that was just planning a party. What's going to happen when you have kids, when you have sick parents, when you have nosy in-laws, when you have, all this other stressful stuff that's going to happen. So definitely have those conversations. The time to have it the time to have it is whenever it comes up, because there are things you can't account for until you're actually there. And obviously things will come up when you're married that you could have never accounted for before. But don't be afraid to have those conversations, even if you feel like it could run the risk of damaging the relationship. Because if you're feeling a certain way, you're just going to be in that relationship feeling unhappy, right? Does that make sense? So I think what for some of you, you're going to have these conversations, and it's really going to actually bring you much closer together. It's going to clear the air. You're going to feel much more confident about being together. And again, for some of you, you're going to be, moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, going through some milestones, saying I love you for the first time, deciding to be boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever your partnership looks like. So I do see that for some of you. Now on this side, with all these major arcanas is pretty much something. So let's remember we had the star healing. This healing is this need for healing and feeling better about things and not being stressed and feeling like you can't go on is going to be resolved. For some of you, there could be a court battle. No, I shouldn't say a court battle. There's going to be some sort of justice. It doesn't have to be court at all. For some of you, it will. But there will be a decision in some way, whether it's an internal decision of yours, an external decision, that is going to bring about order and balance. So what that means to me is your faith in the world is going to be restored, because things will feel fair. Things will feel like they are brought into balance. And you will really be feeling like you are in control. So I don't mean in control, and the emperor's control is pretty I said, Jim, mark that down. It could be seen as dictatorial, but I'm taking this to a different level of control. Control as in you took charge. You took the steps to manifest what you wanted and didn't just allow whatever was happening to you as if you had no control over it and you were completely helpless and the victim in this situation. You took it upon yourself to pursue some sort of action, some sort of, and for some of you, it may be just getting some balance in your life and learning to let go of stress. And that may have brought everything into balance because things may have felt worse than it was because you were so stressed out and worried, and just deciding to surrender and let go. Like, I can't control the situation, so I'm going to stop worrying about it and wasting all this time and energy and just allow things to play out karmically. But by doing that, by sort of getting your mindset such that, okay, yes, we're not in control of much except for our own behavior, our own thoughts, our actions, and taking responsibility for those and saying, I need to calm down, I need to let go, I need to simplify, I need to stay in balance. Everything else feels much better. And again, we're leaving November truly feeling comfortable in our own skin, feeling like we've really accomplished, and that our fire nature in its best forms, which is inspiration, philosophy, enthusiasm, passion, natural leaders, by handling ourselves in a positive way, we're then a good example for other people, because you can't tell people how to act. You lead by example. So it's sort of that shift from not dictating how things are, but saying, okay, all this stuff is going on around me, but I am going to continue to conduct myself in an ethical manner and stay calm and remember what's important and simplify. And I'm going to feel really good because of it. And for the other side, with the offer of love and the King of Wands, same thing. Like, I'm going to be myself in this relationship. I am going to be authentic. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to communicate, but I'm going to let the relationship be what it is. And if we have this tough conversation and the other person isn't on board, let it go. It's okay, because it wasn't going to be an authentic relationship. But if we can have these tough conversations, or these conversations don't necessarily have to be tough, but have these conversations just to confirm, then it can blossom into something truly beautiful and move to another level. Oh, I wanted to, where is it? It's always nice to pull one of these types of cards. Let's just get a message here, an overall sort of spiritual message for the end. Oh, too many fell out. Oh, almost 20 minutes. I was trying to make these shorter, but I have to have enough time to say 1,000 times. The ocean. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, Spend some time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. So I really feel like this goes back to, bathing yourself in healing. You can even take baths with Epsom salts and things like that, and just imagine the salt and the water pulling out any negativity and washing yourself in and healing. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really lovely month, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks so much. Oh, my son tells me I need to remind people, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. Take care.